everyone, welcome back to my home and my channel. My name is Lynn. I'm glad you're joining me today. Go grab your coffee, your tea, your hot chocolate, whatever you want. We're going to talk about hospitality on a frugal budget. So I'm holding an item here, which I'm going to explain in just a moment. But I want to talk to you about hospitality. You know, hospitality is a thing that so many of us have gotten away from. I think just being busy in life, and a couple of years back when life shut down, we couldn't have people in our home, and at least for me, it just sort of, you know, slowed everything down and things came to a screeching halt, and I just couldn't get back in my groove. But over those last few years since then, we've had loved ones passed away, and other people in the family have gotten older, and I've gained a few family members and grandchildren, and you know, and life has just gotten busy and different, and I've gotten away from hospitality. And you know, for those of us that are Christians, we know that hospitality is a big thing in the Bible, and I feel it's so important. It's so important to reach out to friends and family. And I started doing a ladies' tea in my home years ago. How many years? I'm married 38 years, so it was probably like 36 years ago I started doing a ladies' tea. And why did I do it? I was so lonely. Felt like I had no friends. I was working. I was a new mom of, you know, I think I had a toddler at the time. New mom, you know, newly married and moved to a new place. And I was lonely, and I just couldn't connect with people. And, you know, how do you find friends? And so I thought, you know what? And I had no money. We were dirt poor, broke. And I was like, what can I do? And I said, you know what? I can make a pot of tea. And if you're familiar with ShopRite, it's a grocery store. Whatever, put the name of your grocery store in that. I had grocery store tea and grocery store cookies, and that was the best I could come up with. And I invited all the ladies from my church, and at the time we had a good group of young married people, and I invited all the women over. My house was not fancy or anything like that, and trying to find, and you know, and then I found a MOPS group, and I met some moms there, and you know, so all these things over the last 36 years, I have just turned it into many different ways of inviting people to my home. Now I currently just do a craft night, and I'm doing one in a couple weeks. I had a bunch of people want to learn how to do junk journaling. So I said, great, I'll make a couple of pots of soup. We'll get some nice crusty bread, maybe a little charcuterie in there, or some ooey gooey junk food of dessert. I don't know what, but they're all excited. I'm all excited. Hospitality. One of the things that my husband and I have found over the last while, my husband does some counseling out of our home. And he's done this for 20 plus years. It's been years. But with that, some of the men that he has counseled are now saying, hey, can we do a Bible study? Hey, can I come over for prayer? Hey, can I pop in? I just want to fill you in on what's going on. And he'll get calls, and the men are starting to come over, plus the people he's counseling. And we just have other people coming by all the time. And we would put out like a little plate of cookies or a couple water bottles. And I just decided, you know what? I'm kind of tired of always fussing over, do I have something in the house? So I came up with the hospitality basket. So this is a little wood basket, as a chalkboard on here. What I'd like to do is get my Cricut, which I'm still trying to learn how to use. My sister, if she's watching, she'll be laughing at me because I take forever to learn things. But to write snacks or hospitality or help yourself, I don't know, I want to write something on here. Give me an idea of what I can write on here. But in this is, look at this. So if you were to pop in my home, I have a coffee station with coffee, tea, and hot chocolate, and I would say to you, help yourself. And right next to that, we have a little tiny refrigerator where we keep water bottles and our coffee creamer. We make it convenient for our guests. Have a cup of coffee, make a cup of tea. Would you like a water bottle? And then as you come through to our living room, this is sitting on my coffee table, right on the coffee table. And we call it our hospitality basket. Next to that, we keep a jar of chocolate. Who doesn't need a piece of chocolate, right? So you have a piece of chocolate and you have a hospitality basket. We've had family, we've had friends, we've had business meetings and all sorts of things. and I have a hospitality basket. Well, what do we have in it? We have meat sticks. Got these at Costco. We have different crackers, peanut butter crackers. We have another sort of peanut butter crackers. We have some trail mix. We have some fig bars. We have, what else do we have in here? Little Jell-O cups, the little mini ones. We've got some other kind of granola bars here and chewy granola bars, a box of chocolate wafers. Listen, there's something in there for everyone. The one thing I looked for that I had the last time were the little bags of goldfish crackers, and I didn't see them when I went to Dollar General. All of this came from Dollar General on a very frugal budget, not expensive at all. And other than the meat sticks and the trail mix, they came from Costco. And I bought a big bag of those because I like them. And the protein bars or the protein sticks is great. You know, if somebody came to the house and said, oh, I'm on the road, I wanted to just stop and see you, but I can't stay long because I got to head out. I got to go grab some lunch, you know, that kind of thing. You can fill them up. Hey, have a meat stick, have some peanut butter crackers, have a little bit of trail mix. And oh, then of course you have to have a little something sweet like a granola bar. And you can stock them up and then just say, oh, don't forget to have a chocolate. I think it is a great frugal way to make guests feel welcomed in your home. Want to grab something from a basket like this. It's almost like you can be a kid and go, oh, I can pick a treat. Oh, like if, you know, somebody has like trick-or-treating and you go and you pick a candy out of the basket that they have. We have treats for you when you come to my home. We have coffee, tea, water. We try and keep that stocked up. But you don't have to necessarily host this huge dinner party to have hospitality. You could have your neighbor over and say, hey, you want to stop over for a cup of coffee? Come on over. You don't even have to have snacks. Just grab your hospitality basket, put it on your dining room table or wherever you're sitting, whatever room, and say, hey, I've got a bounty of snacks. Help yourself, take anything you want. Can I get your coffee or tea? What would you prefer? It's a nice way of making people feel welcomed, I think, feeling at home in your home, and it's a nice way of showing kindness. But Graham and I want our home. We've always had a motto since we're married. Our house might not be completely tidy, but the coffee pot's always on, and we're always here if you need a friend. And, you know, we might have to ask you to move a pile of papers or something like that. But we wanted our home to be a welcoming place for someone in need, someone who needs prayer, someone who needs to chat, someone who needs a friend. What a great opportunity to invest in a life when it's in your own home. And it can start with a little thing like a treat from the hospitality basket. You know, I'd be like, oh, if someone, you know, had one of these, I'd be like, what can I take? Oh, do I want a fig bar? A granola bar? You know, somehow things look better in someone else's home. These might be things you've bought and you went, but if it's in a basket like this, how nice does that look? The other good thing is for those of you that live with somebody, whether it's special needs or you're a caregiver. My husband has epilepsy and he basically has to sit on the couch all day until I get home. Now, that's not to say that, you know, he can't get a sandwich and things like that. But if he just feels like he needs a little something, he's got a treat. If Graham and I are sitting watching a Christmas movie together, I have a treat. If my son walks out and says, hey, Mom, I feel like I need a little snack, there you go. My oldest two kids came over the other day and they sat and they enjoyed candy from the candy jar. Just a little piece of chocolate to make you feel better. I think they even maybe grabbed one or two things from here. And if your people are here and they're not eating, don't ever hesitate to say to them, hey, why don't you take something for the road? Put a little treat in your pocket for when you get home. Oh, that would be nice. I think I will grab something. It makes people feel welcomed. It's a nice way of showing kindness. It's a frugal way of entertaining. I bought all of this for a few dollars, and I still have another jar in my kitchen that I have filled with all the leftovers. So as this gets, you know, depleted, I can fill it up. I think it's a great opportunity to do. Now, here's another idea. Why not take this and turn it into a Christmas gift? Now, you don't have to do something as elaborate as this, but maybe you want to. But you can do a small gift bag full of goodies, or you can get a small basket for a couple dollars, or, there's so many ways you can do this, and fill that with a bunch of odds and ends. And, especially if somebody's on a budget, they're not going to be buying the treats. And, or if they're older, they're probably going to say, oh, I'm not buying all these things. I'll never eat all of them. Well, that's okay. You buy 4 or 5 packages, and each person gets one of each of those items, and you gift them, and they get 5 or 6 items in a little bag. I think, listen, if you came and you knocked on my door and said, hey, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, just thinking of you, thanks for being my neighbor, whatever the case might be, what a great gift to give someone. It could be as big or as small as you want. It can fit any size budget. Put a little handwritten note on there, or whatever you want to do. What a great way to show someone that you care. I did have somebody who watched my house purse video, and she loved it so much. She is putting together house purses for family members as a gift for Christmas. Now, there are personal things that you might not know what a person might want in that basket, but fuzzy socks, and maybe hand wipes or disinfectant hand sanitizer, a nail file, a nail clipper, a pack of tissues, a water bottle, maybe a couple of chocolates. That would suit anybody at any age for any purpose. And then you can maybe put like a little tag on the outside and say your house purse includes, and list those 5 or 6 items, and then flip the card over, and then maybe on the other side write, this is your house purse and here's the purpose of it. So they can understand that, oh, I bring that from room to room. What a great opportunity to go frugal this year. Put together a house purse as a gift. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Maybe make a hospitality basket or bag for someone. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Listen, if you have decided that this hospitality basket might be something that you just might want to have on your coffee table, or on your dining room table, or on your kitchen counter, I would love to hear from you. And maybe tell us, how would you use it? Who do you have over? Or what your thoughts are about it? Or what would you put different in your hospitality basket? And, you can go as healthy or unhealthy as you want. You can have many, many different choices in here. I just wanted to share something that we've been doing, and it's been a great success with everyone that comes in our home, because as soon as they come in and you offer them a little treat, it's like, oh, thanks. And then you offer them coffee or tea. Oh, again, even if they don't want it, it kind of lightens the atmosphere. It brings kindness and just a welcoming spirit to your home. And people feel warmed and loved, and it's just like a big hug in a basket. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't see my house purse video, definitely go check that out, because I think you might enjoy that one. And I'll link that in the description below. And then you could check out on the side here some of the other videos that YouTube recommends for you to watch. All right, guys, we'll catch you all on the next video.